How do you go about writing poems?
How do I go about writing poetry? Basically, it's kind of a daily practice for me. I have a journal, and I also draw in the journal, and I'll just start sketching, and I'll either start doing a few words or I'll start doing a few lines, and whatever takes over is what happens. And so usually it's an idea, something strikes me funny about the way I'm looking at the world, you know. It's like, what if I was looking out my sliding glass door and instead of grass there was, you know, a herd of buffalo, you know, and just start thinking about that. And then it's like, why did I think about a herd of buffalo just now? You know, that seems rather random. Why did that come? But what I find is if you keep writing, you find out why you were thinking about buffalo in a really weird way. And I think it makes for funny poems, you know. It's not necessarily just the idea of buffalo being there instead of grass. It's how you got there that makes it funny, you know, I think. And I like to follow that path and find out something I never knew about myself. So.
And then, what are some of your inspirations to write?
What's my inspiration?
Yeah.
For poetry? Basically, just being, the inspiration is that we see stuff and we may think it's just a regular thing I see every day, but when it suddenly opens up to me and I think about it in a completely new way, that is an incredible feeling, and I just can't get that any other way, and that's my inspiration every time. So I always want to try to get back there, and that's what inspires me and keeps me going. And if I haven't written poetry in like a week, I start getting antsy and feeling weird, and I just need to do it. It's just like a reflex. So.
And how did it feel doing
the literary death match?
How did it feel during the literary death match?
That was a really fun event because it's meant to be fun, and basically just people to have fun with poetry and writing, and that's what I'm all about. I really think people should be enjoying themselves and having a good time, and to be able to win that and kind of like be recognized for that kind of writing, that people will come out for that kind of writing. It doesn't have to be the most serious thing, you know, every time. That it's really heartening, and I think there's becoming more and more of a place for humorous poems out there, and I think it's fun to see events like that happening that encourage that. So.
We've got a pretty risque audience here at Mainstream Media. Give us a little sample of the literary death match.
Okay. This poem is called 1970. It's about the year I was born. 1970. I love people born in 1970, like me. You can see it in their eyes. Well, I can see it in their eyes. There's a knowledge there, a brilliance. Everyone born in 1970 is brilliant, but not a lot of people know this. Everyone born in 1970 is a bad promoter of his own talents. People born in 1970 hate 1969. Everyone knows that. 1969 took up everything. 1970 is like the day after a prom when people are dressed normal again and meet at 7-Eleven and feel stupid and hate their pathetic lives. B.B. Rebozo was featured on the cover of Life the week I was born. No one born in 1970 knows who the hell B.B. Rebozo is. They just like the fact that Bozo is part of his last name. There are no organizations available to help people born in 1970. Doesn't that show a lack of respect? People born in 1970 really like trees, evergreen trees, you know, the big, tall kind. They will stare at them for hours when they could be vigorously promoting an agenda for a better America. Everyone born in 1970 lives in Vancouver, Washington. Everyone born in 1970 lies. Of course, these are all gross overgeneralizations. Everyone born in 1970 can't get enough of gross overgeneralizations. But when I say everyone, I'm just talking about myself again. Everyone born in 1970 talks about himself too much, then worries about it all day, but at the same time doesn't do a damn thing. So maybe that's the problem. I don't know. You figure it out.
That is awesome.